This is what gaming is all about. Mario Kart is easily the most recognizable multiplayer game of all time. With each installment, the games get better and better. The most recent release was Mario Kart 8, a Wii U game released all the way back in 2014, which eventually got the Deluxe treatment on the Nintendo Switch in 2017. But in the year 2020 was finally hitting all of us that it was time for a new Mario Kart. The stars seemed to align too. It was conveniently Mario's 35th anniversary. Nintendo celebrated with a Mario-themed Nintendo Direct showing off the limited release Mario 3D All-Stars and a port of 3D World with a little extra game mode. While I was very obviously locked into 3D World, something else interesting caught my eye. A brand new Mario Kart experience. No, not a game, an experience. Nintendo showed off an RC car driving around a living room using AR technology to project a full Mario Kart experience on the Nintendo Switch. I took one look at this thing and thought, I've gotta have that. Oh. Well, I went out and bought both Mario and Luigi because I had to have them both. This is Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, an RC Mario Kart that connects to your Nintendo Switch. This was developed by Valan Studios. Rest in peace, Knockout City, gone but never forgotten. The studio would eventually go on to make a Hot Wheels version of this for other consoles, but I didn't pay too much attention to that because that didn't have Mario in it. When Mario Kart Live came out, I was more than excited to drop $200 on these bad boys to only then realize that my house isn't accommodated for this thing. Yeah, no, piss off, I'm going to the garage. Let me introduce you to Old Recliner's Circuit, a wonderful track filled with turn after turn after turn, because it's a circle. Anywho, upon booting up the game and selecting your character outfit, it really just tosses you right in, and you'll quickly realize just how impressive this thing is. Mario Kart Live Home Circuit features plenty of things to make your experience as playable as possible, unless you drive 10 feet away from your Nintendo Switch. This game works much better on handheld. It must be something with the dock being plugged in and away from all the action, but most of the time if you leave the side of the console, this thing craps out. But when you've figured out the right location to give you just enough playroom to not start lagging, you can jump right into the fun. The game offers 4 different speeds, 50cc, 100cc, 150cc, and 200cc. Obviously, depending on the speed you select depends on how long this thing's battery lasts, which at the end of the day isn't really that long, but I can't imagine someone will be playing with it the entire duration of its battery life. Once you've got a spot ready, now it's time to lay out the track. This is when you grab the large amount of cardboard cutouts this thing comes with and line them up in the orientation you want to race. The card itself can read the images on the cardboard and project different environments onto them in-game, which is really cool. I never really experienced any issues with the reader here. It does a pretty spot-on job at that. The only problem is, yes, the cardboard is much better for the environment, but man, I just don't like how fragile these things feel. Thankfully, I have 3 sets, but man, am I worried one day I'll break them and that's the end of Mario Kart Live. Thankfully, the card itself is pretty durable. I mean, it has to be if they aim for kids to use this thing. But I've rammed poor old Luigi into so many things in his life, and I'm pretty sure Mario went down the stairs once. Oh yeah. But minus a scratch or two, they're in relatively perfect shape. Technical stuff aside, let's jump right into the actual gameplay. Mario Kart Live in its current state offers both single player and multiplayer. We'll touch on the multiplayer later. For now, let's talk about single player. The game offers a wide range of different environment effects to shake up the gameplay. These environments can range from snow, sand, or rainstorms to cows on the track and even more. The variety here is pretty neat, but things get really cool when you find out that they're not just screen effects. If you're playing in the windstorm, the cart will know when to pull to the left or right depending on the direction of the wind. Or if you see an obstacle on the road, it'll stop you in your tracks while driving. What's insane is there's no delay on this thing either. The cart does an excellent job of immersing you in the environments. If Mario gets eaten by a piranha plant, the cart will stop until he's free. Magic Koopas might even come out and mirror the whole track for you, therefore inversing the cart's controls. Keep in mind, all this happens in real time too. With stage hazards, course effects, and computer players, which are all the Koopa links for some reason, but I don't plan on dwelling on that for too long, it'll make me mad, the only thing we have yet to touch on is the items. While you pretty much just have your classic items here, they transfer over to this game really well. The cart can recognize when you hit a mushroom, it'll speed up. Followed by that, if you get hit by a chain chomp, it'll start yanking the player in different directions, making it much harder to drive. Same with the boomerang item, which when you get hit, knocks the player off course. The best part about all these items is how well the cart reacts to them. For example, the bullet bill. Once you set the track, the cart recognizes said track, and if you use a bullet bill, it'll drive the track on its own. This thing can recognize and stay in the lanes that you set for it. This is also available with smart steering. But items aside, the game also features up to 4-player multiplayer. If you want to play the true multiplayer, you'll need to buy at least 2 carts, which will set you back $200. But if you don't feel like dropping a fifth of a grand, you can play Relay Race. In this mode, you and another player will swap drivers every lap. While this is a solid mode and it works pretty well, it's nowhere near as impressive as the actual multiplayer mode. If you have 2 carts, you're in for the best Mario Kart Live has to offer because it's more than just racing. The items work here too. So for example, say you throw a red shell. You can see it go and hit the other player in real time. Honestly, it makes for some super fun races. And seeing your home fly by from this tiny perspective as your friend drives up next to you is such a cool idea. You'll even be able to hear the other player honk their horn and their character will react to getting hit. You can play either split screen or both on a separate console. Ideally, the best way to play is if you both had a cart and a console. Unfortunately, that would put you back saying you buy 2 Switch Lites and 2 carts, $600. So split screen is a solid option. The thing itself handles a little wobbly, but that might just be due to the sheer amount of stuff happening on screen. This is definitely more quality over quantity though. You have to go in thinking this is a novelty, not a game. This thing is meant to be played with and enjoyed, not to go in with the mindset of I'm going to beat Mario Kart Live, because it's not designed for that. This thing is made for fun, and honestly that's really what this is. This is a super fun idea with some of the coolest technology packed into an RC car I've ever seen. Its blend with AR technology works almost seamlessly in your own home. For what it is, it works really well and has a lot to offer, and at the end of the day, if you don't even want to race, just simply driving around your house with this thing is super fun. Beware of carpets though. It doesn't respond well to those. And with that, I think it's time we give good old Recliner Circuit one more final goodbye with Rainbow Road. Mario Kart Live Home Circuit is one of my favorite things to come out of Mario's 35th anniversary. Seeing all the charming little details of Mario saying hi to the camera, stuff like that I go nuts for. I would love this thing so much more if I wasn't now $300 in debt.